In early January 1888, days before what history would later call one of the Great Plains' most devastating winter storms, unusual telegraph traffic began moving through small railroad towns in western Minnesota. At a modest depot station near the Dakota border, a young telegraph operator named Samuel Reed noticed repeated pressure warnings and temperature drop reports arriving from western lines. Barometric readings were falling rapidly in Montana. Wind speeds were climbing. Weather forecasting was still primitive in the 19th century. Most frontier communities relied on visible signs, cloud color, wind shifts, livestock behavior. But Samuel had access to something different: fragmented meteorological signals traveling through copper wires. On the morning of January 12th, as skies still looked manageable, Samuel urged local farmers not to travel far from town. He advised the depot manager to keep a coal reserve burning and delay school dismissals until conditions stabilized. By midday, temperatures collapsed more than 30 degrees within hours. Snow swept horizontally across the prairie. Visibility vanished. Thanks to the early telegraph alerts, several railway workers and nearby families sheltered inside the brick depot building. Windows were reinforced. Doors were sealed against drifting snow. Cold heat was carefully rationed. Meteorological archives confirmed the sudden Arctic front that caused the historic Great Plains whiteout that day. Structural records show that masonry railway depots often served as emergency shelters when wooden homesteads became exposed to wind penetration. When the storm finally passed, many rural travelers had been caught in open terrain. But inside that reinforced depot, dozens survived, not because of luck, but because someone paid attention to quiet data before the sky turned deadly. History often remembers the storm itself, but sometimes survival begins with reading the warning signs, even when the horizon still looks calm.